It started with a sinking feeling at the grocery store.
You know the one. You look at the total, and it's way higher than it used to be. You haven't changed much, but everything else has. Rising prices, unexpected repairs, grown kids still leaning on you, and a pension that just doesn't stretch like you thought it would.
I remember standing in that checkout line thinking, how is this my life now? I worked hard. I did the right things. Why does money feel like a battle? That moment was the start of something I didn't expect. A small shift that ended up saving my retirement and brought back a feeling I hadn't had in a long time. Control. Not the rigid, joyless kind, but the peaceful kind. The kind that lets you breathe again. And it started with budgeting. Wait, don't leave. I know how that word feels. It sounds like sacrifice, like guilt, like spreadsheets and no lattes. But the truth? The right kind of budgeting doesn't feel like punishment. It feels like relief. And today, I want to share 5 tiny changes that made the biggest difference, not just in my wallet, but in how I feel about my future, because it's not what you think. Let's start with the simplest one. Hack number 1. I stopped budgeting for everything and focused on just 3 numbers. Here's what I mean. I used to track every category like a hawk. Groceries, gas, dining out. It felt like a full-time job. And every time I went over, I felt like a failure. Then a financial coach said something that changed everything. You don't need to manage every penny, just control your gap. What's the gap? It's the space between what comes in and what goes out. That's it. So now, I focus on monthly income, fixed expenses, like housing and insurance, and a single number for flexible spending. That third one is the magic. It's my living life number. It covers food, outings, fun, all in one. It turns budgeting into a game I can actually win. If I'm under that number, I win. If I'm close, I adjust. No shame, just awareness. And something strange happened when I started doing this. I stopped feeling afraid to check my bank account because I knew where I stood, and I didn't need a spreadsheet to prove it. Hack number 2. I made peace with boring meals. This one might sound silly, but hear me out. For years, I felt pressure to cook Pinterest-worthy dinners, especially with adult kids visiting or grandkids around. Groceries, easily $150 a week or more. Then I tried something radical. I picked 5 cheap meals that I actually enjoy. Nothing fancy. Eggs on toast, tuna pasta, lentil soup. I made them often, rotated them, and gave myself permission to repeat. Here's the kicker. I didn't feel deprived. I felt efficient, like I had a system, a rhythm. And suddenly, grocery trips got cheaper, less waste, fewer impulse snacks. More than that, I felt proud, like I cracked a secret code no one talks about. Boring can be brilliant, especially when it frees up money for things that do bring joy, like that spontaneous weekend trip with my sister, or buying my grandson that weird dinosaur game he begged for. Hack number 3. I separated needs and wants by asking one sneaky question. Budgeting advice often says, cut wants. But when you're 58, you've earned a little joy. So I never liked that advice. Instead, I started asking myself, will future me thank me for this? It sounds corny, but it works. Will future me thank me for a new handbag? Maybe, if it lasts and brings joy. Will she thank me for yet another home decor trinket I bought on impulse? Probably not. It gave me a pause, a small moment to decide if the purchase was aligned with my actual life, not just my mood that day. Sometimes I still bought the thing, but I did it consciously, and that made all the difference. That one question helped me dodge dozens of small, sneaky expenses that used to drain my account without even noticing. Hack number 4. I made my pension panic boring on purpose. There was a time I checked my retirement account almost daily. It felt productive, but honestly, it was pure anxiety. Every dip made me doubt my choices. Every article I read made me feel late, behind, unprepared. Then I did something wild. I set up an automatic transfer into my savings. Just $50 a week. Nothing big, but regular. Then I stopped checking the account. That's it.
2 months later, I looked, and it had grown, slowly, calmly, like a plant in the sun, making progress quietly, without me hovering. That moment helped me stop obsessing over the big picture and trust the power of steady habits, even small ones. You don't have to overhaul your life in a weekend. Sometimes the smartest thing is to make your money life less exciting. And now for the twist. The fifth hack. The one I almost didn't try, but turned out to be the biggest saver of all. I made a fun money envelope. Yes, fun. Not essentials, not groceries, just money to spend on anything I wanted. $100 a month, in cash. I thought it would be dangerous, like handing myself a blank check. But the opposite happened. Because I knew I had a little guilt-free stash, I stopped chasing dopamine with online shopping or takeout. That $100 made me more mindful, not less. Some months I didn't even use it. Other months I treated myself to a massage or bought my daughter lunch. But because it was planned, it never threw off my budget. And it reminded me, joy is part of the plan, not something to feel guilty about. And that one envelope changed how I saw the whole game. Because for the first time, budgeting didn't feel like punishment. It felt like power. And that power didn't come from being perfect. It came from 5 small shifts. Focus on the gap, not the details. Let meals be boring. Ask what future you would say. Automate the good stuff and budget in the joy, not out. If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, I get it. I've been there. But maybe you don't need a full reset. Maybe you just need a few tiny switches flipped in the right direction. Ones that turn budgeting from something you dread into something that quietly saves your retirement. One peaceful choice at a time. Because the truth is, you're not behind. You're just one smart tweak away from feeling like yourself again. And you deserve that feeling.